We have come together as strangers, but we will leave as eternal friends. We students stand before you today as young men and women who are graduating from high school and beginning a new part of our lives. We have become who we are because of the choices that we have made, because of the friends we have chosen, and because of the moral standards our parents have instilled in us through what they have taught us and by sending us to this private school. 3 years ago, I stepped into a new part of my life by going to Kimber Academy. Prior to this, my schooling experiences consisted of public school for 10 years. I did fine academically in public school, but I struggled in the friend department. I was a little different from everyone else, and I did not want to bend my standards to have friends. I went 6 months without a phone call from a friend. When the decision came to decide whether or not to go to Kimber Academy, the choice was easy because I wasn't leaving a social life behind. I stepped into the new school year as the International Student Officer at the North Ogden School. Instantly, I had a small group of friends that has continually grown ever since. It was such a neat experience to finally have friends that had high standards and great expectations in life. As I grew as a student leader, I began to see more of who I was, but who I could not be in public school. I've become much more confident in myself as I mingled with other incredible kids, learned from adult mentors, and traveled with dignitaries and general authorities. Finally, I did not feel the need to hide who I really am. Over the past 3 years, I participated and helped in several different training sessions. These were great learning experience, both in leadership and friendship. I looked forward to every meeting with Ricky Hatch and Dr. Kimber. Brother Hatch always had us students doing something new to teach us how to be better leaders and be better friends from hands-on experience. Many lasting friendships have been formed from students working together. As a student officer, I've had the opportunity to travel in and out of state with school. I've also had the opportunity, as a student, to travel with friends and make new friends in a 3-week trip to Israel. Many unique and close friendships have been made in traveling. I've learned that one of the best ways to make fast, long-lasting friends is to throw a bunch of teenagers with similar standards in a red van for many hours. We can't help but become close to each other. Each trip was a different learning experience where I met new people who have become my friends. I have grown with each person as we have all worked together to make a success. As a leader among leaders, I have had the great opportunity of responsibility. Most of our youth activities were planned by the youth, and I've had the experience of nearly planning an entire 3-day youth conference. I've also helped put together Kimber Academy's first prom. These responsibilities, along with others, have helped me grow, create new friends, and become a better friend myself. These lessons of experience will stay with me throughout the rest of my life. The friends that I have made since attending the school are irreplaceable. I've learned from each one, and each friend has brought more friends. Most of my closest friends are far away. They live in cities other than my own. When I visit them, it's usually for a few days. And in visiting, I gain more friends from them by associating with their friends and neighbors. I have one friend from school in Riverton, but because of my friendship with her, I've made numerous friends in Riverton. This is the case with many other friends. I would not even know these faraway friends if it had not been for this school. We have come together as strangers, but we will leave as eternal friends. Because the past 3 years of my life have been involved with making and keeping new friends, this time has become a time of learning how to make friends. Good friends are such a vital and important part of everyone's life. Friends can greatly influence where our life's path will go. Because I have been so closely associated with great kids, I've seen how important it is to have them as my friends. The time we have spent together in these teenage years will be so important to us throughout our entire life because this has been such a growing time. We have each had the opportunity and experience of being friends with people of all ages. This will become very important to us because as we continue throughout our lives, we will encounter people of all ages and walks of life. As we move on from today and go our separate ways, each of us will hold dear the friendships that we now have. We will remember the Christ-like qualities that our friends have, and we'll remember how each one has enriched our own life. We will look for these qualities in friends to come. I've learned that in the next life, we won't take much with us from this life. We will take our knowledge, our family, and our relationships. It will be such a great thing when the students standing before you today meet again in the afterlife. We will meet as lifelong friends who have helped each other be and stay strong. We have come together as strangers, but we will leave as eternal friends. Because of the great friends that we have, because of the people who have worked so hard to make each school possible, and because of the great examples and sacrifices that our parents have made, We stand before you today, on graduation day, ready to face the world. Each of our lives will now take a different road, but because we are confident in whom we are and what we stand for, we can and will take on the world with confidence.